You don't fuck with the Chuck.
Violence and freaks of nature, well then, come on.
Alright, boils and ghouls, now that they officially have a new trailer to Chucky Season 3, I'm gonna be ranking
God bless America.
every Chucky doll aesthetic and vibe and appearance in order. There's 11 of them. And in case you don't know who my boy Chucky is, Chucky, aka Charles Lee Ray, or the Lakeshore Strangler, is an infamous serial killer who transports his soul into a good guy doll with the use of voodoo spells.
I put a spell on you. And now you're mine.
Chucky to me is probably my top 3 favorite horror icons of all time. He might be number 1.
He was number 1.
Let me preface by saying I think, like Scream, Chucky is one of the most original movies. It just got beaten in the head with a hammer. Like when you first watch this movie, that psychological aspect of you don't know if it's Andy, the little boy Andy, committing the crimes, or if it's a doll until you reveal that it's a doll, is pretty jarring. Now we all go into Chucky knowing that's a creepy little doll killing people. Also, I find it absolutely hilarious that this is the first line Chucky ever says as an introduction.
I said talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire!
You stupid bitch, you filthy slut! Did you fuck?
But at the time, you did not know. At your first watch, you had no idea. Let's piss on some people's opinions and get into it. Coming in at number 11, I'm gonna have to say Child's Play 3. I feel like they were trying to go very heavy with that animatronic look because, you know, they were developing the character, and it just didn't age well for me. Number 10, You Know It, You Love It. This one might piss some people off, but I'm gonna have to say 2017, The Cult of Chucky. Like, this thing just looks stupid. It's the one to me that doesn't resemble Chucky that much. Like, they're like, again, I mean, to a certain extent, they're like, hey, let's put a spin on it. They're like, hey, let's take Chucky and put a modern spin on it. And it just doesn't work. It's like, that ain't the Chuck we fuck with. Even the TV series do a pretty good job at replicating it. Number 9, I'm sorry. I mean, a lot of people probably put it last, but the 2019 one, I think they tried. Like, you know, they had to reboot the entire franchise. They had to do something different. And I think he's just as creepy. Not as iconic, but he's pretty scary and well portrayed for what they had to do with it. So I give it some slack. It's a little better. Number 8 is Seed of Chucky. Like, it's not bad, like I said, but they tried to replicate the Bride of Chucky one with the stitching and all that, and it just wasn't as good. So, like, the rest are just too iconic that I can't put this one any higher. Next one we got coming in is the Season 1 of Chucky 2021. Like, at first, it took a while to get used to it and to appreciate it. When I first saw it, I was a little bit disappointed. And all these stem from the same reasons. Like, as Chucky evolves, so doesn't technology and, you know, animatronics and yada yada. But this one just, I had to adjust to it, and now, like, I'm fine with it. Just hit different, not in a good way. And let's just get these boring ones out of the way. The next one after that is the 2022 one. It got better. One after that, 2023. Like, it looks serviceable, and, you know, they're obviously making an impact throughout each season, but it's not even top 3. Like, season 1 to 3, they're good, but they're just not iconic. Now we're down to the nitty gritty. This is it. My fingernails as dirty as any. Now we're in the final 4, baby. And number 4 is Child's Play 2. It's just a great design. Like, there's nothing bad about it. It just doesn't stand out as much as other ones do to me. And for that, I just gotta put it in the final 4. That's respectable. But, you know, some of the movement and puppeteering of it was phenomenal, but it just didn't make the top 3. Now we are in the final 3, baby. Number 3. Number 3 is the 2013 Curse of Chucky. I personally fucked with this one. At first I didn't, because they kind of like, because at first glance you look at it and you're like, that is not Chucky, that looks bad. But then the fact that you can tell, then the big plot reveal that it's just a mold over of the decrepit, twisted, scarred version, you're like, all right, now that's why it looked fucked up, and that adds up. So there's an appreciation to that. Number 2, the original 1988 Chuck. It's the first one we got, and it's damn near close. Also, to me, before Chucky's revealed, it is the most realistic, like, looking doll. Like, it looks like you'd buy it in a store. So I'm not one of those people like with Leatherface. I'm like, oh, the first mask is the best. Oh, the first fucking Friday the 13th is the best. Like, but you gotta put credit where credit is due, and it's tolerable. I mean, it's lit. That being said, this is very divisive, problematic of me, but my number one is the 1998. What the fuck is that movie called? Bride of Chucky. It's just iconic. Like, when I think of Chucky, that's the one I think of. The stitched up, mutilated face, the personality, the ego, the flair. It's just the number one mask we got. And that being said, that's my number one. Comment down below what y'all top list is. Do you fuck with Chucky? Do you think Chucky's a putz?
Please. We're friends to the end, remember?
This is the end, friend.
Give me a hell yeah for horror.
Hi, I like to hug.